Hey everyone. Thank you for coming to this live workshop. We're joined here by Shain, who is a developer advocate at Decentology. Decentology is the innovative company behind the Hyperverse, the open composable smart contracts marketplace that makes it easy for developers to build Web3 apps without writing a single line of smart contract code. Their mission is to onboard 10 million JavaScript developers to Web3. Learn more at decentology.com. Okay, I'm going to hand it over to you now.
Sounds good. What's going on, everybody? Let's throw some GMs in the chat. Let's get hyped for the Hyperverse. Let's see how many Web2 JavaScript developers are here. So if you can, drop JS in the chat if you're a Web2 JavaScript developer. If you're a smart contract developer, drop SC in the chat. Let's just see who's on this live. I see a few GMs. JS, okay. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's get started. My name is Shain. I'm a developer advocate here at Decentology. And today I'm going to be discussing, showing you guys a demo of one of our modules, as well as showing you guys how you can build Web3 apps using just JavaScript, no smart contract code, and a little bit of overview of what exactly is the Hyperverse. So let's get started. So our company, we hate developers. Just kidding. Obviously, we love developers. That's why we are here and supporting the developer hackathon. And our products are simply made to make developer lives easier. So our mission, we want to onboard the next 10 million web developers to Web3, and hopefully you guys will be a part of that mission. In our product, the Hyperverse is designed to accelerate and simplify your blockchain development journey. And that is exactly what you will see today, and how quick and easy it is to get your dapp up and running. So our agenda for today, I'm going to give you a quick overview of the Hyperverse, the vision behind it, and how it works. And then a quick overview of all the smart modules that we have available for you guys to build on, as well as give a demo of one of our smart modules called Tribes. And then drop a few inspiration ideas to get the juices flowing if you don't have an idea or are working on one. And then tell you guys about the prizes and then some resources. So yeah. So what we are doing is creating a community-built, open and audited modular platform for smart contracts for all major blockchains. So I know that's a whole mouthful, so let me break it down. So if you think about Web3 apps that are made today, someone builds a smart contract, and then you build a client application, and then you would roll it out. But that smart contract requires you to know the specific programming language, depending on what chain you are on, like Solidity, Cadence, Rust, and so on. It also requires a set of different experience and skills that are different than Web2 developers, just because of the mental process of going about building a smart contract versus building a actual Web2 application. So we want Web2 developers to build with the tools that they're already familiar with, which is JavaScript, and have it so that you do not have to write a single line of smart contract code. So now for the people that do know how to write smart contracts, instead of building a single large smart contract that does multiple different things, we instead have a packaged up modular and purposeful smart contract that does one thing and one thing really well. Sorry. So after that, it would go to the registrars, which is a part of our community, and it would essentially just verify these smart modules that they are packaged correctly. So we would make sure that the registrars would make sure that there are things like the proper documentation, the metadata examples, and stuff like that. Once it passes through the registrars, we would have a community of auditors that will actually check out this code. And if they believe the code is good and trustful, they will actually stake their own tokens as a form of security, indicating their trust in the code. So this acts as an insurance layer. So when someone uses a smart module on chain, they can be sure that it is secure, because 5, 10, 20, 30 auditors would have staked their money on it to say that the code is trustful. Now for on the JavaScript developer side, all they would do is, once these smart modules are up and published, they would simply take these modules, just like NPM modules, and use these as Lego blocks to put into their dapp. So they would wire them up in any way they wish. And this may sound familiar to you because it is. For Web2 devs, you wouldn't build a payment layer from scratch, right? You would use Stripe API, 2 to 3 lines of code. For messaging, you would use Twilio. So all these are very composable aspects that you can use and do different stuff with on your dapp. So what we are essentially building is the NPM for smart contracts at scale. So it really is that easy. You would need only JavaScript skills, no need to code smart contracts at all. You would just import these smart modules and use them as you wish. Now let's get into some of the smart modules that we have. These are the blockchains that we support currently, and you'll see this in our repo. You can actually follow along if you wish at docs.hyperverse.dev. And this will remain on the bottom right slide as we go on, so you guys can follow along. But yeah, we're on Flow, Ethereum, Algorand, and Metis. So one of the first modules that I will be demoing here right after this is called Tribes. So essentially, what this dapp allows you to do is use a smart module called Tribes, which lives on the Ethereum blockchain. You would pull data using JavaScript, right? You would just fetch or get request, just like normal Web2 world, pull data, pull the tribes from the smart contract, showcase those tribes. And through JavaScript functions, you could either join or leave these tribes. So all of this would be happening and saving the data on the blockchain. So next, what this example dapp also allows us to do is have a battle royale amongst these tribes. So you could essentially start a battle, and through Chainlink, which is an oracle, you could randomly generate a winner between these two tribes. So for this, we need an oracle just because blockchain intrinsically is deterministic. So one of the functionalities that you could do is use a random generator. So this oracle is essentially this bridge between real world data and the blockchain. So you could get this data onto the smart contract and use it. So things like weather or sports event scores or stuff like that. And it's just that the most popular oracle being used is Chainlink. So now let me minimize this and actually pull up the tribes example dapp. So you can follow along here on the docs.hyperverse.dev, which will take you to introduction. And then we'll go down to build Web3 apps and environment setup. So I've already done this, but you guys can do this on your own local machine as well. You would simply clone the mono repo. So what this gives you is that repo will automatically give you all the example modules that we use on various blockchains, and as well as the example dapps. So for this case, I'm going to be showing the tribes module. So we just CD into Ethereum/tribes since we're on the Ethereum blockchain, or this module is on the Ethereum blockchain. And then you would just install the dependencies using Yarn, and then run yarn dev, which will get the localhost up and running. So right here, I already have the tribes module up and running. So when a user comes on, just like the Web2 world with authentication, they would simply click connect wallet. And this will prompt us and ask us whether we're using MetaMask or any other wallet provider. Once I click MetaMask, you will actually see the MetaMask extension pop up and authorize to connect to this Web3 app. And then after I'm connected, you will see the wallet address pop up on the Connect Wallet button, as well as a Join a Tribe button pop up. So let's do that here real quick. So we click MetaMask, click Next, Connect, and now we are authenticated and have access to the Web3 app. So you can see here the wallet address popped up and Join a Tribe. So once we click Join a Tribe, you will see processing. So what this is doing is literally fetching or getting the tribes off the smart contract. And then it will showcase all those tribes for you to be able to pick and join a tribe. So let's click on Join a Tribe, and you'll see here that it's processing. It's actually fetching these tribes off the chain. And here are all the tribes that we can join. So once I click on one of these, it will actually pop up MetaMask again, asking for a transaction. This is because whenever we're putting or updating data on the blockchain, it will ask for us to confirm a transaction since it costs money to do that. Whenever we're fetching, it doesn't, which is why these popped up by themselves. So when I click on one of these, we'll actually join. We click confirm on this transaction, and you'll see that it's processing. And then it will show us the actual tribe data that we just joined. So things like the tribe name, the tribe description, the tribe image, as well as a button for you to be able to leave the tribe. So inherently, this module only allows a user to be in one tribe at a time. So you can, if you join another tribe, it'll automatically leave the other tribe. So you could think of, use cases like in gaming, or like having teams, or maybe like events or classes where only you can only join one event or class at a time. So here, if I click Leave Tribe, you will see that the transaction again will pop up since we're updating information on the blockchain. So we can click here, Leave Tribe. I click Confirm, and then we'll be sent back to the home page. So right here, it's just updating the information on the blockchain. And this is all done by JavaScript functions, which I'll show you right after this. And we'll dig into the code a little bit more as well. So there we go. And then let's go check out the battle royale. So this is using Chainlink, as I said earlier. So if I click Start Battle, it will actually pop up with the transaction, and then it will generate and actually try to find a winner between these two. So let's do that. You'll see these fun graphics here. Click Confirm. And then while this waits, we'll go in and dig deeper into the code. If you guys want, for fun, you could probably drop in the chat which tribe you think will win, and then we'll look at it once we get back. So yeah, once you have cloned the mono repo, you'll be going into the apps folder, which has a set of all the blockchains that we're on. So for this example, we're using Tribes, which is on Ethereum. So we'll go to Ethereum, we'll go to Tribes, and here you can see all the set of different modules that we also have. So we go into Tribes, we can go into the app.tsx file. So this is the main file where the app is actually getting hooked up to the Hyperverse. So you can see here that we're importing a set of modules from Hyperverse. So some of these are specific blockchain specific modules, as well as bringing in the Hyperverse provider. And then you'll see right here, this is the specific tribes module that we are using here. And then the random pick module, which is the Chainlink battle royale functionality. So, and theoretically, if you ever wanted to add any more modules to this, you could always drop it below, and it would just be like a normal, node package, or node module. So right here, we are initializing Hyperverse. So you can see right here, we're using Ethereum blockchain, Rankeby testnet, and then here are all the modules that we are importing. So if you imported another module, you would just tag on to this array, and you would automatically have access to the functionality that module gives. And then we just simply pass in the initialized Hyperverse into the state of the provider. So the first page that we go to is the index.tsx file. So this is where the navbar is being loaded up first. So if we see where this navbar is coming from, we can see it's coming from the components. We go here to the nav.tsx file. So the first thing we did was click this connect wallet button, right? And so that's what popped up with the MetaMask extension, asked to authorize and actually get connected to the Web3 app. So how did all that happen? It was simply by calling this connect function, right? It's just one line. So where are we even getting this from? We're extracting it from this use Ethereum hook, which we have imported right here. So you can see that there's connect, disconnect, various other things that you can do within this use Ethereum hook. And you would essentially just extract these functions or methods that you want. So in this case, we're using disconnect and connect, and you would just call those like normal on click, right? So if you want to connect, it would just be connect. If you want to disconnect, it would just be disconnect. And then address, we can read the user's address. So when we had the address pop up on the actual connect wallet button, that's what we were using. So now if we go back to index.tsx file, we can see here that join a tribe button popped up once we were logged in. All this is doing is sending you to the all tribes page, which in this case, since we're using React with Next.js, it will actually be literally the all-tribes file. So we'll go into there. And this is where the processing was happening, and it was actually fetching data from the smart contract. So if we scroll down here, you can see that it's mapping through something, some sort of data, right? And we see that it's showing each image. So we know this is related to showing those tribes. So where are we getting this data from? So if we scroll up here, we see that it's one line, right? All it's doing is calling this tribes function. Now, where is tribes even coming from? It's coming from the use tribes hook. So we are importing this use tribes. This is essentially a bridge between the smart contract code and the front end code. So it's extracted everything for you in JavaScript. So you can see you can see there's 6 more functions that you can call here and query the actual results from the smart contract. So this is essentially how you would be, fetching or putting or posting requests would be through use tribes. So all we are doing is getting tribes from use tribes. We call tribes, which automatically is doing the fetching for you in use tribes and gets you back all the tribes that are available. And all we are doing is just from that return object, getting the data, mapping through this data, which is all the tribes, and displaying those tribes the way we want to. And then for actually joining a tribe, we would click on the tribe. So we can see here on click, we call this mutate function. What this mutate function is doing is simply calling join, right? All we're doing is calling join. We imported join from use tribes. We call join, and that does everything for you on the back end with confirming the transaction to actually physically putting that data on the blockchain. So after that is successful, we simply go to the my tribe route. So let's go into that file. And this is where the tribe data actually shows up, right, of the tribe that you are in. So the tribe image, the name, the description, and the leave tribe button. So very similar patterns right here. Again, we import use tribes. All we do is bring out the tribe function, and we call this function and get the data that is returned. And the data that is returned is the tribe that the current user is in. So you'll see right here the data.name, data.description, and then as well as the image. And then we see the leave tribe button. So all this button is doing is very similar to the join functionality. So it's calling this mutate function. We go up here to see what this mutate function is doing. We see that it's calling leave. So it's simply bringing in leave from use tribes, calling leave, which does everything for you on the back end. And then we go back to the homepage. So that's all the basic functionality of tribes. Let's see here. I know some of you guys were choosing Alchemist, but it looks like Dragon won. And now let's dig into how this functionality is working. So as you saw here on app.tsx, we imported a random pick as well, right? So you can import multiple modules and do with them whatever you like. So we imported random pick. That's how we hooked it up. And then we go to battle.tsx. So in here, you can see that it's a very similar pattern again, right? We just importing the use random pick module, which has these set of functions, start random pick and get random pick. And then all we are doing is calling those functions right here and then displaying the winner where we set the winner state to whatever random number that was generated from the array of contestants, which were the 2 tribes that were starting the battle. So yeah, very simple, very easy, all done through JavaScript, just like how you would normally in the Web 2 world. And yeah, no smart contract code needed at all. And let's go back to the slideshow to discuss what other modules we have. So again, that was only one of the modules that we have. So we also have in our mono repo the ERC20, ERC721. So building your own token or NFT, as well as the staking and rewards module. So if you want users to be able to lock up their tokens or even receive rewards of a custom token, you can do that as well. So yeah, let's get into some of the inspiration, some of the ideas that might help the juices get flowing. So basically, we're just combining multiple modules to create something out of it, right? So for example, if you combine the staking rewards, you could possibly reward users for staking their tokens or NFTs. You can turn the tribes module that I just showed you into a game, maybe seeing which tribe wins the most. You could have them battle each other using the Chainlink random generator, or even combining the ERC20 with tribes. Say you want to reward a certain amount of tokens depending on which tribe you are in. You could do something like that, as well as the staking with tribes. This could actually fit into staking, tribes, and even rewards. So say you want like a different tier system where depending on how much a user stakes, you can see different information about the tribes. So very cool, very, very neat stuff. You could do all sorts of things with these modules. So yeah, let's get into the prizes, what everyone wants to hear. So we'll be giving out to JavaScript developers $500 each to 10 people. And then for smart contract developers who are building the smart modules, $1,000 each to 5 people. The only requirement is that you submit a GitHub repo link with a 3-minute video just demonstrating the app. So yep, that's about it for the workshop. Thank you guys for having me. Please go to docs.hyperverse.dev to get started on building any of these modules. All the information is there. There's tutorial videos as well. Follow us on all the socials. We'll be posting more tutorials as well on our YouTube throughout the week. And then as well as we have an AMA actually on the Decentology voice channel in the Web3 Con Discord at 3 p.m. Eastern, as well as office hours at 4 p.m. Eastern. So Nick, our CEO, will also be on the AMA. So come by if you want to ask any questions, even generally about Web3, or have any ideas, or want to discuss possible ideas. We are very open. Follow me on Twitter. I'm at Shain Codes. DM me. I'm always open to chat. And yeah, I believe we have Gel on here as well. So we could probably get into Q&As. And if anyone has any technical or dev specific questions, Gel will be able to answer them. So yeah, feel free to throw some questions in the chat. And yeah, thank you. Let's see if we get some catch questions. Yeah. So I see people thinking about gaming ideas, right? Using tribes, yeah. I don't know if we have any questions coming in or not. Looks like I don't see any. I guess if there's no more questions, and oh, there we go. Why 10 million? That would be a great question to ask during the AMA at 3 p.m. Since our CEO will be there. Why 10 million devs? Yep. Yeah, that'd be a great question to ask then. Why not 10 million? Exactly. Can this be used for DeFi? I would assume so. The staking and the rewards module, you could probably do something there with DeFi. You could definitely give some sort of reward for staking specific tokens at for maybe a specific period of time, or even how many tokens. Yeah, why only 10 million? Yeah. Are you looking to expand to different ecosystems? So I'm assuming you're referring to different blockchains. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much adding different blockchains all the time. Like I said, we're already on Flow, Metis, Ethereum, and Algorand, but we're always adding more and more. Let's see if we have any more questions. If not, I mean, if I miss your, there we go. What about using it for a pool as well? Yeah, I guess it would really be dependent on, what exactly the use case would be. If people are just storing maybe like an ERC20 token into a pool, and then you're using that to maybe give rewards or something like that, then definitely. But yeah. Yes, please hop on our Discord. We're also in the Decentology channel on the Web3 Con Discord. Thank you. Yeah, I guess we don't have any more questions. So I guess that's it. Yeah. Thank you guys for joining. I'm really excited to see what you guys will build using the Hyperverse. Thank you.